like magic. You spray it on a stain, new or old, and it separates that stain from the carpet. It then will dry, turn to a crystal, and when you come back to your regular vacuuming, all that stain, that crystal, all that yuck goes away. I have used this before on spilled coffee by my bedside, where I spilled coffee on the bed frame, on the box spring, on that cheap material that they staple gun and stitch into the box spring. This is magic stuff. As much as I'm sure that there is a monster that lives in the garbage disposal, there is magic in these cans. Now, if these cans look new to you, that's because the Campanellis have a new logo on their cans. These are very, very popular, and we also have a 90-day auto delivery. What does that mean? That means that every 90 days, you're going to get a new set of 3 cans to pop under your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink or all over the house. I will tell you, once you start using this, you're going to use it all the time. You're going to run out, and then you're going to be happy that more is on the way. This stuff is amazing. I can say this personally because I use it. It's like spraying a eraser on your floor. Chris Campanelli is joining us, and it's the first time that I have been able to work with him and the new logo. I must say, it looks very sharp, but I'm more excited about what's inside the can, Chris.
Buddy, and I'm glad you actually have that heritage card, is what we're calling it. Every product is going to come with that heritage card. In the upper left-hand corner of that card, that's Big Joe. That's my dad. Yeah.
And this is your brother.
That's my brother, yup. And then that's
There's
my
you.
family down there in the middle. That's Santino, my nephew. And
Oh,
then
no, that's
over on
your
the other
nephew.
side,
That's you. That's you. Yeah.
that's me right there, yep. And I'm over there with Santino. And then all the way on the other side is Joe and his wife, Joyce. Yeah, so it really is a family affair. So when we say that the family name is kind of our legacy, we really mean it, right? And I mean, that's the whole idea. Since 1955, we've been trying to bring better products to your home. And in particular, this product, David, your point, you might know and remember and love something like this. It's the very first product we brought here to QVC. All we did was just change the logo. So basically, it's the same guy with a different shirt and a different hat, right? But it's the same product that we brought here over 20 years ago to QVC. And the need was, people had stain removers that required them to get on their hands and knees and rub and scrub and blot and do the hokey pokey, and then the product usually didn't work because they're filled with soaps and the stains came back. So we said, enough with that nonsense. We're going to change the formula and then change the delivery system. So let me go back here and show you, David. I have a floorboard here that usually I do this in the studio, but what we're going to do is we're going to do that here at home. So standing up, shooting from the hip, the same premise, right? Standing up, shooting from the hip. You can see that that comes out with some great velocity. And as that foaming agent lifts and separates the stain from the carpet fiber, you can see when that falls to the bottom and dissipates, that stain will be gone, and it's gone for good. If you have a couple of little leftovers, you can go over it again. I tell this story all the time, right? My dad had a bad back. He could not physically get on his hands and knees and rub and scrub at all, but he did have some stains around the house. So this allowed him to take the product to the problem and allowed him to get rid of the stains. We have a nice odor eliminator in here that's going to let make your pet less likely to mark the same spot. A nice, fresh, clean, citrusy scent. But David, to your point, once that foam dissipates and dries, you vacuum it up. Once it's dry, you do your regular vacuuming. You don't need to make a special trip. And then when that stain is gone, it's gone for good. That's the whole idea of this product. Rather than getting on my hands and knees and rubbing and scrubbing, I'm using a different formula and a different delivery system that allows me to take the product to the stain and get rid of it, and get rid of it for good.
Because we never have a stain at a good time. We never say, oh my goodness, there's a stain on the carpet. Well, I'm going to leisurely walk downstairs and grab something to scrub it up because I've got a lot of time to deal with it. No, it happens at the most inconvenient time. It happens at a time that the longer we let the stain sit there, the more we run the risk of it being a real problem. This is going to be amazing stuff because it's got a neat point and spray. So you just point, you spray, and you walk away. I am so passionate about this product because I use it. I just used it last week on a stain in my bedroom, and whiz bang boom, it just took it out. As quickly as the stain hit the floor, it was gone. And this is what's so amazing about it. I don't know what's in it, I just know it works. Now, if you have an older stain, one that's been there a long time, you might have to use more than one application. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the whole idea, right? So ordinarily, you get that stuff that you get at the grocery store because you buy it because it's there. You're left a little frustrated because they're filled with soaps and you have to get on your hands and knees and rub and scrub. And what you see is, you know, after that stain might go away or might not go away, the stains start to come back because that sticky residue attracts new dirt. So it's really not the stain coming back. It's just having more dirt on top of it, right? This is a very different formula. And to your point, David, you've used this product for almost 20 years and in many different situations. I think you can tell me without certainty, or with certainty, that those stains did not come back. Is that right?
No, they did not. And when I spilled coffee by my bedside onto that cheap material that they staple gun and stitch into the box spring of the bed, I mean, I had the whole bed disassembled because I spilled coffee and creamer everywhere, right? So I used my Campanelli stain remover. It took everything up. I sprayed it into the stitching on my box spring, and then the phone rang. I left the bedroom, came back about 15 minutes later, and it was like the stain never happened. It disappeared. It was gone. And I'm like, holy moly, that stain is even out of the stitching. It is amazing stuff. I don't know what you put in here, Chris, and I really don't need to know. I just need to know it works. And it does. And hand up, testify, it works like a charm. And smells good, too.
Yeah, that's that natural odor eliminator. It's a nice citrus scent. It's going to make your pet less likely to mark the same spot. But here's the idea, right, David? So ordinarily, if I have a spot, I have to get on my hands and knees, I have to rub, I have to scrub, I have to blot, I have to do the hokey pokey and hope that it's going to work. But now we're not going to do that. We changed the formula and changed the delivery system. I'm going to back up even further and make this look like a carnival game. So just the aerosol formula comes out at a nice fine point, and it lets you pinpoint that area. The foaming agent is really what's doing the work for you. It's propelling out of the can. The foaming agent is lifting and separating the stain from the carpet fiber. It's forming a crystal, and then when you do your regular vacuuming, you suck up the residue. It's it. Once that stain, or once the foam dissipates and goes down to the bottom of the carpet and brings the stain with it, it's gone. It's gone for good. You let it dry. You do your regular vacuuming, and you suck up the residue.
I'm telling you, one set will not be enough because you're going to go through it. And when stains happen, sometimes big, sometimes small, you may empty these out and you're thinking, boy, I need more. If you're on auto delivery, more is on the way. And that's the good news. Every 90 days, we're going to deliver you a new set of 3 cans, charge you only $27.98. This is amazing stuff. It's like spraying eraser on your floor. It is extraordinary stain remover. As sure as I am that there's a monster that lives in the garbage disposal, there is magic in these cans. I don't know what the ingredient is, and I don't need to know. I just need to know that it works, and it does. I point, I spray, and I walk away. And I come back maybe a day or two later and vacuum, and all of it goes away. It's like the stain never happened, and it smells good to boot. This is great if you have pets, because pets tend to go back to the same areas and mess again because they can smell it. Not if you use Campanelli, because what they smell is citrus. And the stain is gone, and what's left behind is the smell of citrus. And that puppy or kitty cat will not visit the same place again. Now, Chris Campanelli, it's always good to see you, sir. I wish we had more time. I could talk for a full hour about this.
Yeah, you and me too, buddy. It's very good to catch up with you on a Friday afternoon.
Always a pleasure, sir. Be well.
Take care, pal.
Bye-bye now. That is going to wrap up Catching Up with David Venable. I want to thank Rascal and Di and Wendy and Janice and Eric, all in our chat. We've had such fun during this 2 hours, but don't go away. I'm with you for one more hour. It's our home and storage hour, and we're going to have that coming up next here on QVC2, and we're live on this Friday, so stick around. There's more live shopping, and the ordering system is back up. Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. So we are back in business and ready to shop. Don't go away. We're going to help you get organized and help you store all the things you need to do for this new year, and that's coming up next.